Hello children, welcome to the video session of Standard 5 Science Term 3 Unit 2 and the lesson name is Animals.
Let us discuss about animals in this lesson. Learning objectives. Understand reproduction in animals, differentiate oviparous and viviparous animals, know about endangered animals and the importance to save them, list out the importance of wildlife sanctuaries and national parks, understand the need for the prevention of cruelty to animals. Introduction. Our planet Earth has countless number of organisms including plants and animals. Among them, animals are the most advanced organisms. Man is exploiting nature nowadays more than ever before. Hence, animals are affected and many of the plants and animal species are disappearing from the surface of the earth. We are going to study about this in this lesson. Reproduction in animals. Reproduction is the biological process by which an organism gives rise to a new organism. Reproduction is essential for the continuation of similar kinds of species generation after generation. In animals, two types of reproduction are seen. They are sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. First one is sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction is the natural way of reproduction in humans, animals, and also in most of the plants. Different and unique offspring are produced by sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction consists of the following stages: pre-fertilization, fertilization, post-fertilization. First, let us know what is pre-fertilization. This is the first stage of sexual reproduction. In this stage, gamete formation and transfer of gametes takes place. In animals, males and females have different reproductive organs. The male reproductive organ is called testis and the female reproductive organ is called ovary. The testes produce the male gametes known as sperms and the ovaries produce the female gametes known as ova or eggs. The male gametes reach the female gamete during this stage. Next one is fertilization. When the male gamete reaches the female gametes, they begin to fuse together. The fusion of gametes is known as fertilization. During fertilization, the nuclei of the sperm and the egg form a single nucleus together, resulting in the formation of a fertilized egg known as zygote. Next one is embryo formation. The zygote, that is fertilized egg, further divides repeatedly into group of cells. These cells developed into different tissues and organs consisting of full body. This structure is known as embryo. The embryo continues to develop in the uterus and it is developed into body parts such as head, face, hands, legs, etc. Based on whether the embryo develops outside or inside the body, animals are classified into oviparous and viviparous respectively. Oviparous animals. Animals in which embryo develops outside the body are called oviparous animals. For example, in butterfly, there are different developmental stages like egg, larva, pupa and adult. Each stage is different. The process in which a butterfly becomes an adult is called metamorphosis. The life cycle process can take a month to a year. Next one is viviparous animals. Animals in which the embryo develops inside the body are called viviparous animals. These animals give birth to the young ones. The developing embryo gets its nutrients from the mother. Humans, cows, deer and dogs are examples for viviparous animals. The following table gives the differences between oviparous animals and viviparous animals. Next one is asexual reproduction. The type of reproduction in which only a single parent gets divided into two new offspring is known as asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction produces offspring that are identical to the parent. There are several ways by which animals reproduce asexually. Some of them are given below: fission, budding, fragmentation, spores. First, let us know what is fission. Fission occurs in some invertebrate, multicelled organisms. In this method, an organism splits itself into two parts. For example, flatworms, sea anemones, and sea cucumbers divide into two halves and regenerate the other half in each of the resulting individuals. Next one is budding. Budding is a form of asexual reproduction that results from the outgrowth of a part of the body. Then the bud is separated from the original organism, forming two individuals. Budding occurs commonly in some invertebrate animals such as hydras and corals. Next one is fragmentation. Fragmentation is the breaking of an individual into parts followed by regeneration. Reproduction through fragmentation is observed in sponges and sea stars. Fragmentation may occur through accidental damage, damage from predators, or as a nature form of reproduction. Next one is spores. Some protozoan bacteria, plants, and fungi reproduce via spores. Spores are the structures naturally grown as a part of an organism's life cycle. They are separated from the organism and dispersed through a medium such as air or water. In a suitable environment, the spores will develop into a fully grown organism. Next one is endangered species. An endangered species is an animal or a plant that is at the risk of extinction. It means that they might extinct from the earth soon. It is reported that nearly 132 species of plants and animals are critically endangered in India. Snow leopard, Bengal tiger, Asiatic lion, purple frog, and Indian giant squirrel are some of the endangered animals in India. Similarly, plants like umbrella tree, Malabar lily, Rafflesia flower, Indian mallow, and muesli plant are endangered. Causes for endangerment. Forests which provide food and shelter to animals are destroyed for human needs. Large number of animals is hunted for their horns, skin, teeth, and many other valuable products. Pollutions like air pollution and water pollution affect the animals. Sometimes animals are taken to new habitat by people. They cannot survive there. Pesticides and chemicals which are used to get rid of the insects, pests or weeds poison the plants and animals. Natural disasters like flood, cyclones and fire also destroy animals. Saving endangered species. Hunting and poaching animals should be prohibited. We should not pollute the environment. Limiting the usage of plastic and recycling can save the endangered animals. Pesticides and chemicals which pollute the environment should be avoided. Planting native trees will provide food to the animals. We should buy eco-friendly products only. Let us know what is Red Data Book. The Red Data Book is a book maintained for recording rare and endangered species of animals and plants. This book is created to identify and protect the species which are about to extinct. Advantages of the Red Data Book. It helps to evaluate the population of a particular species. The data given in this book can be used at the global level. The risk of a species becoming globally extinct can be estimated with the help of this book. It provides the necessary guidelines for implementing protective measures. Conservation of animals. Conservation is the protection, preservation, management of wildlife and natural resources. Endangered species are maintained in certain protected areas such as national parks and wildlife sanctuaries. In India, there are about 73 national parks and 416 wildlife sanctuaries. First, let us discuss about national parks. A national park is an area which is strictly reserved for the betterment of the wildlife. In these areas, activities like forestry, grazing, or cultivation are not permitted. The national parks cover an area of 100 to 500 square kilometers. Some of the national parks are given below. Jim Corbett National Park. It is located close to Nainital in Uttarakhand. Tigers are found in this park. Gir Forest National Park. It is located in Gujarat. Asiatic lions in their natural habitat can be seen here. Kaziranga National Park. Wild animals such as rhinoceros, tiger, elephant, wild buffalo and swamp deer are seen here. Sundarban National Park. It is located in West Bengal. The Sundarban National Park is a tiger and biosphere reserve on the Ganges Delta. Bengal tiger, saltwater crocodile, wild boars, foxes, leopard, cats, huge turtles, and several other varieties of mammals and reptiles, migratory birds can be seen here. Kanha National Park. It is located in Madhya Pradesh. It was established as a part of Project Tiger. Apart from tiger, animals such as elephants, jackals, leopards, monkeys and several varieties of deer including black buck, swamp deer, chital and sambar are seen here. Periyar National Park. Periyar National Park is in Thekadi. Next one is Gindi National Park. This park is located at the heart of Chennai city. It is a home to spotted deer, black bucks, white bucks, river otter, hyena, bonnet monkey, coyote cats, jackals, pangolin, hedgehog and common mongoose, etc. Wildlife sanctuaries. A sanctuary is a protected area which is reserved for the conservation of animals only. Harvesting of timber, collection of forest products and private ownership rights are allowed here. Tourist visit is also allowed in these places. Some of the wildlife sanctuaries are Kalakad Wildlife Sanctuary, Mudumalai Wildlife Sanctuary, Mundandirai Wildlife Sanctuary, Animalai Wildlife Sanctuary and Vedandangal Bird Sanctuary. Advantages of conservation. Species can be adapted to their habitat. Species can interact with each other. Natural habitat of the animals is maintained. It is less expensive and easy to manage. Prevention of cruelty to animals. Cruelty to animals includes capturing, trapping, poisoning of any wild animal collectively. Animal Welfare Board of India and National Institute of Animal Welfare are the government organizations which work for the welfare of animals. There are some private welfare organizations too. First one is Blue Cross. Blue Cross is a registered animal welfare charity in the United Kingdom. It was established in 1897 with the vision that every pet will enjoy a healthy life in a happy home. Blue Cross of India was established at Chennai in the year 1959. Now, Blue Cross of India is one of the largest animal welfare organizations in India. The main office is located at Gindi, Chennai, with all amenities like hospitals, shelters, ambulance services and animal birth controls, etc. Activities of the organization include providing shelters, adoption, maintaining hospitals and mobile dispensary and providing ambulance services.